Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading A Skirk Listener by me. So let's get into it. Skirk was not easy to persuade, but it was you who was talking to her. So then again, many things were possible, including what happened right now. And she looked beautiful tonight, because she was going to be accompanying you to a party. In reality, she couldn't care less. But because it was you insisting she go, she couldn't help but try to look her best. And just when you thought she couldn't look better, she surprised you even more. She looked amazing, ethereal in her own way. You look breathtaking, you said. And she looked at you for a little bit, hesitant on what to say, before she nodded. After all, she wasn't used to this type of talk. Those compliments, those sweet words that you offered her, they were all a little bit new. And you could see that she was starting to get used to them. To be honest, it just mattered that she was not trying to deny it. And so you stayed together for a while, until you had to talk to your other friends. And you pressed a soft kiss to her palm before leaving. And right now you were chatting with one of your friends who loved to gossip. Her name was Lara. She was a little bit too upbeat, perhaps for Skirk's taste. The way she laughed with you, the way she kept getting closer, it was all a little bit much for someone like Skirk. But you had no idea about it. No idea about what was going on in her mind. And you couldn't help but chuckle, taking a sip of the questionable but potent punch that you were drinking. Oh well, this type of stuff happens frequently, doesn't it, Lara? Oh, I know, absolutely. But it certainly makes for an interesting week, wouldn't you agree? She said, and you were about to respond, when a subtle shift in the atmosphere registered. You often joked about being soulmates with her, but at this point, it could be true. Lara was just about to put her hand on your back when you felt it. Skirk, right there, standing just a few feet behind Lara, a silent, imposing figure, her arms crossed over her chest, and her posture rigid. And her gaze was not on you, but your friend. Lara, oblivious, continued to chat. Forgive me for interrupting. Lara stiffened, then slowly turned. Her eyes widened imperceptibly when they landed on Skirk. And the initial spark of amusement in Lara's eyes vanished completely, replaced by a hint of apprehension. Skirk's expression was unreadable, her lips a thin straight line. I apologized for my intrusion, but I believe I was just on my way to retrieve my partner. Her gaze flicked to you, intense, just like the rest of her personality, and the word partner hung in the air. Lara, recovering quickly, offered a polite, if slightly strained, smile. Of course. Forgive me, I didn't realize you were occupied. Her eyes darted between you and Skirk, and Skirk did not return the smile. Her silence was more eloquent than any words, a testament to her unspoken authority. The unspoken message was clear. Go with me. Don't push your luck. You felt the flush creep up your neck. While you enjoyed Lara's company, the sudden tension was almost overwhelming. Lara, it was a pleasure catching up, you said, trying to diffuse the situation. And Lara, sensing the delicate balance, nodded graciously. Indeed, perhaps another time under less scrutinizing circumstances. She shot a quick glance at Skirk before leaving, and as soon as Lara was out of earshot, you turned to Skirk, a soft smile on your face. Everything alright? Her eyes narrowed. Everything is precisely as it should be. However, I wasn't aware that you had such close friends. You hit back a grin. This was it. The subtle yet unmistakable signs of jealousy. It was a rare, almost precious thing to witness, especially from Skirk. Given her origins and her usual demeanor, it was nice to see her be a little bit more normal. Lara and I were simply discussing current events. Just some gossip. Nothing more, nothing less. Skirk's gaze swept over you, lingering for a fraction of a second on your hand, before moving back to your face. Current events. I observed a distinct lack of current events in the way that she was looking at you. You finally let out the laugh that you'd been holding in. She was just being friends, Skirk. Well, I don't see why you were laughing. He reached out, gently taking her hand. Her fingers were cool, but her grip was surprisingly firm as yours closed around them. Are you jealous, then? Perhaps? You asked, your voice softer now, more direct, and her head tilted slightly. Jealousy is an unproductive emotion. It implies a lack of control over one's surroundings, an irrational desire to possess. And yet, you certainly seem to be exhibiting a desire to possess me right now. She blushes. You're twisting my words. I only wanted to set clear boundaries. That was all. Boundaries? So we're being territorial now? You teased. Well, you may interpret it as such. However, I must reiterate that these distractions are counterproductive. Then what would you consider productive then? We shall dance. Right? He blushed, smiling. I think that would be very productive indeed. She held out her hand, and you took it. And the rest of the evening went by in a haze. The only clear thing in your memory was simply how ethereal she was.